Hey everyone, this is the makeup portion for the Stupid AC Broke class today. I really apologize for that happening, and I was looking forward to seeing your projects and doing some stuff in class that we can't do outside of class, including a good deal of community building. So we'll have to catch up on that next week, next Wednesday. I do want to take a little of your time outside of our class, or for those of you who have class this afternoon in class, and go over the drawing skills that we would have gone over today in class. These are the things that you can adopt into your homework and hybrid projects over the week. Some really important and useful bits of information. Some of this I have included in the videos for those other two projects. So it'll be just a short reaffirmation of those skills. So with that being said, I'll get around to the important things that I want for you to pick up on and use in your drawing. So let me get set down here, make sure this is all good. Yes, here we go. Okay. So what I want for you to really experiment with is what's called pulling lines, and I'll tell you a brief story about this. Well, yes, my colleague Kyunghwa Oh, who teaches ceramics, went to illustration school in Korea, and she spent weeks doing this, pulling lines. It's meant to exercise eye-hand coordination and especially develop the small muscular muscles in the hands and wrist and elbow. So here are the basics of it. What we're doing is going to draw parallel, horizontal, and vertical lines, straight lines. And it may seem really boring and silly on the outset, but it is super important because it develops a lot of what happens when we're doing more complex things. The first thing that I want you to do is exercise a different grip. This is a drawing grip. This is a writing grip. This is good for writing script, doing math problems, taking notes in history class. This is way I want you to practice drawing. And to get this grip, me go slow here. This is like I'm grabbing a dagger, right? Except I take my pointer finger and I'll put it on the top of the drawing tool, and I am holding these, so it's basically with these three digits. The other I'm setting down on the paper. And with this finger, I can adjust the pressure that I'm using. And with this grip, I can pull down like that. And I can turn it like this and pull this way. Okay. Or diagonal. And I'm keeping my hand on the paper as I'm doing this. I'm not trying to float out here without contact. I'm keeping my hand here so I know kinesthetically where I am in relationship to my surface. This is a good thing to do when you're bored in a lecture class or you're sitting waiting around for something. The other things that you need to do, and what I'm not doing right now, I'm still fired up about not having class. I'm kind of, there's some anger in there, so I need to calm down. My wrist, all of these muscles in my elbow and shoulder, I'm sitting down, so I need to relax, 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 so that, that feels better. There we go. There's some straighter lines. So that's with the pen. This works with the drawing pen, and I'm working on newsprint right now. The harder the pressure I put, the darker that line's going to be, like that. So I'm pushing down harder with my pointer finger, and then less hard. So I can get some calligraphic line variation there like that. And this, of course, is true for the drawing pencils. So while you're doing this, I want you to spend some time doing this. Play around with the different media, see what it's like. Go to light, maybe to heavy to light, light to heavy to light. As I'm drawing, if I'm drawing parallel lines, I'm simultaneously watching where I want the line to go. It's like driving. You watch down the road where you want your car to go instead of right at the front of the car. I'm not watching the line at the pencil. I'm watching where I want it to go so that I get better, straighter lines that way. Okay, after you do this for a while, I want you to spend a few minutes making curves. So let me get my elbow in here. When I'm making a curve, I don't want to stick my elbow out. I don't want to chicken wing it. I'm going to make a curve by adjusting the pencil here, like this. Right? It's much easier. It's much more graceful, and I can get line variation that would be hard to get this way. This way, my arm doesn't like to work as smoothly. Also, with this grip, I can not just use the point, I can use the side of the tool, so I can get thinner and thicker line variation. And that variation is super important when I begin to draw or draft my imagery. So that's the essence of pulling lines. And again, what this will teach you is a grip, proper grip, varying your grip eventually. Sometimes this is handy if I'm doing eyelashes or tiny detail, but most of my drawing is going to be done like this. Watch any good draftsman, they're working like this. So play with this, get used to this, this kind of a grip, stay relaxed, horizontal, vertical, and circular lines. The next thing that we need to get good at is blind contour drawing. A contour line drawing is drawing of the exterior edge or contours of the subject matter. So if that's my hand, I'm drawing that, not the silhouette necessarily, but the contour, the lines that describe the edges and differences in the form. So a blind contour is where I'm looking only at my subject matter. So if I'm going to draw a picture of my hand, I'm looking only at my hand and not at my drawing. So that requires that I set a little bit funny as I'm drawing. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to put my hand over off the camera and watch that. I'm not going to watch what I'm drawing. I'm just going to watch my hand, and I'm going to hold my hand like this. I'm going to start and then go around and in and through the contour. And you're going to see this is going to look funny. And I'll tell you why this is important after I do this. So I'm going to start down by my thumb. And I want to go relatively slowly. This is about seeing instead of looking. Looking is sort of a haphazard way. I'm going to look at where I'm walking so I don't trip over something. But if I'm really looking closely at something, if I'm looking at it, then I'm investigating it closely so I know the character of it. It's super important for artists because this is where we fill up our visual memory. If I want to learn how to draw hands, I need to know what they look like. There's no way around that. It's my wrist. I'm going to draw my pinky now. That's sort of folded over. I'm drawing a little faster than I would like for myself to be, but I'm still amped up about not being able to have class, so I need to calm down. It's my fingernail, This is my second finger. And this is my pointer finger. So that's all kinds of funky, but it's got a lot of character to it, but it's not accurate. And that, I'm going to reinforce, this is not the point. Blind contours are meant to begin to really make connections between your visual cortex, your eyeballs, and letting your hand follow what your eye is seeing. So you're directly connecting those things. Super, super important skill. I'm going to stop there and leave it at that. We'll pick up on next week, full-on contour line drawing. We'll backfill all of the community building. It's important that you guys get to know each other in the context of art. We'll do all of that. Again, I apologize for not having class. I'm going to do some, I'm going to go out and take a walk and get over it myself, and then come back in and do some more artwork myself. I hope you all have a great weekend. If you need anything, let me know. Bye.